Oh man. Ah man. I've been using the same 43-inch TCL TV for the last 6 years, and honestly, it's starting to show its age. There's no more updates, casting never works, streaming apps are all starting to crash, and the panel itself just looks dull and washed out compared to the rest of the setup. So I decided it was finally time for an upgrade, and I went with the TCL P7K, which again is a 43-inch TV, and I stuck with 43 inches because it's kind of the perfect size for my setup and it works best for my use case. Now the biggest difference between the two is that this TV has a QLED panel which has game mode support for ALLM and VRR. But before I talk about specs, I'll tell you that the difference was instant. So let's unbox it and I'll show you exactly what's changed. Now as soon as you open the box, you have the power cable. Oh, wait, let me try that again. Now, as soon as you open the box, you have the power cable and a zip bag with all the bits and pieces, including the manuals, the TV's feet, the remote, an RCA connector, batteries, and some securing clips. Pulling up the top styrofoam, you get to the TV, which at 6 kilograms was lighter than I thought, so getting it unpacked solo was pretty easy. Now, I probably should have tackled this in a different way, but in my mind, flipping the TV upside down to put the legs on was a good idea. Swapping over the TVs was pretty straightforward too. I just used the same power cable I had for the old TV, as they both use the same 2-pin cable. Plugged in the HDMI cables for the PC and PS5, and I was ready to roll. Okay, so now comes the thing that we all love to do, but at that moment, I realized something and I was not happy. There's a badge that's fixed to the side of the TV that says Premium QLED.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
Why would you do this, TCL? Not everyone wants to see a badge off to the side of their screen. Look, I tried to pull it off, but it's fixed in place and I didn't want to risk damaging the TV. Anyway, back to what we love best.
I don't think I can walk right now.
Alright, so to set the TV up, you can use your phone by scanning the QR code, but make sure your Bluetooth on both devices is on for a much easier setup. It'll also ask you to pair your remote to the TV during this process. The whole thing does take a few minutes though, so in that time, I thought I'd set up the old TV for a comparison. Moment of truth. No, you can already see that it's a lot brighter. So again, this TV has a 4K 60Hz QLED HVA panel at a 93% DCI P3 color gamut and 350 nit typical brightness, which basically means the colors are bright and beautiful even in regularly lit rooms. It has ALLM and VRR game support, which stands for auto low latency mode and variable refresh rates. And it has 3 HDMI 2.1 ports supporting eARC and ARC and CEC, which means you can connect to and control other devices like a soundbar with your one remote through a single HDMI connection. This must be like a Bluetooth remote because, see, look, like I'll full on block the thing, the IR, and it's working. That's very kind. That's awesome. Oh, that's chalk and cheese. That's such a massive difference. That's a lot clearer. Oh man.
Perhaps it's not our friends, but our enemies.
Ah man.
These are almost burgundy, actually. It's 1966.
Wow. That's amazing. I didn't think it was going to be much of a difference, to be honest, but that's pretty good. Alright, so this video is only a first look, and I'll preface this by saying I made sure that both TVs had the same brightness, contrast, black levels, color temperatures, and all other display settings set to the exact same as each other, and even then, you can really see such a massive difference in the old TV and this new one. The P7K is so much more vibrant and just clearer than the older TCL, despite both being 4K panels. Honestly, 6 years makes such a massive difference in panel technology that it was noticeable right away.
Well, let me give you a word of advice.
I'm all ears.
When playing roulette,
Yeah.
Always bet on black.
You're completely outnumbered here. Are you nuts?
You wanna get nuts? Come on. Let's get nuts. Because I just wrote a song about how many people.
Just quickly playing through Ghost of Yotei on PS5, you can really see just how much clearer, brighter, and vibrant the game and colors look in comparison to my older TV. One thing to remember though, this is just a 60Hz panel, so playing through story-based games or adventure games, or really anything that's not a shooter, you'll be fine, you're not going to have any problem. Okay, so one last thing that I wanted to cover in the video was going to be the AirPlay 2 functionality, which was actually very straightforward. So all you really need to do is basically just hit into your control center on your Mac, click on the screen sharing icons, and then it's gonna ask you to basically connect directly to whatever you've named your TV. It'll ask you to put in a pairing code and you'll be connected straight away. But now, as you can see, like there is a bit of lag here. Now, I don't know if this is because of my connection or if there's some sort of like hardware acceleration or some motion settings or something that I need to play around with. But that's something that I'll be following up in another video. But yeah, just seeing how quickly it connects is actually pretty impressive. All you got to do is just click on to mirror or extend to your TV. 1, 2, 3 seconds later, it's already connected. That's pretty freaking cool. All in all, you can really see the difference in the vibrancy and the clarity of the quantum dot or QLED panel. And I was really scared that unless I went with mini LED or an OLED TV, that I wasn't gonna see much of a difference, which was the most important thing for me, because after 6 years, I was over the dull quality from my old TV. So surprisingly and thankfully, it didn't disappoint. So if you have an older TV and you are looking to upgrade but you don't want to be spending an arm or a leg, these QLED panels are a fantastic option. Alright, so that was the first look at the TCL P7K, and I'm going to use this TV for a few weeks to give it a proper review. I'll test it out with movies, with console games, with PC, and also with a Mac. And I'll drop a proper review in a couple of weeks. So be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that. Thank you guys very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll catch you on the next one.